Okay. All right, I'm going to go over a practice midterm exam for our class. This comes from, by the way, from the Florida virtual school. Okay, the first one right here is we're given two parallel lines cut by a transverse, and we're trying to find this angle right here, trying to find the measure of BKM, which is this right here. So you notice this right here is a transversal, and we have two parallel lines. If this angle right here is 32, then therefore this angle is 32. So if that angle is 32, this right here is a linear pair. We subtract the 32 from 180, and we get this answer right here of 480. All right, let's go down to the next problem. The next right here, we're given again two parallel lines, and we're looking for M. Where's M? M, K, J. All right, so we're looking for this angle right here. This angle right here is 98. This one right here. So this pair right here of K and M, so to speak, are going to be are supplementary. Therefore, I subtract 58 from 180. 58 from 180, I'll get 122. So therefore, that's the answer for that one. All right, let's go to the next page. What kind of triangle is shown below? As you notice, we got a 28 and 110, so therefore we know the sum of the angles of a triangle is going to be 180. 180, subtract those, the addition of those, and you get is 42. So you know it's an obtuse and scalene because all three sides or all three angles are different, so therefore it's got to be a scalene. All right, next one here we got to have the endpoints. We have got the endpoint of PR is over here. This is an endpoint. This is the midpoint, and so all I did was say, okay, we got to find the other point over here. So if we have to find this right here, so this one is 25. So I go over here 7. So I need to go left 7, and I went up 4. All right. So the same thing. I go from here. If I go to the left 7, I'll end up with 11, and if I go up 4, so this would be the coordinate of the other endpoint. Okay, but here all they're asking for is the x value, which would be 11. Okay, now the most accurate name for this triangle right here, we know this is an isosceles, and it's got a right angle, so therefore it's going to have to be a right isosceles triangle. Next, we got the two endpoints of 2, and we got point 2, and the other one is 18. We want to find the approximate length. This is easy by doing the Pythagorean theorem. So all we got to do is we go 16 squared plus 28 squared, and then we find the square root of that, and we'll find our answer. All right, next one's the next one right here is to look at this triangle A, B, C, and O is a centroid. Centroid we know is the intersection of the medians. So if B is the centroid, and so this is a median. Therefore, it's going to intersect this line right here, so that when it comes the closest to that is a segment AE is going to be congruent to CE, because that's a median, which means that's the middle of that line over there, which it bisects it. So that's how we find that one. All right, let's go to the next page. The next one, it says point O is the circumcenter of the triangle ABC. ABC. If this is, remember, the circumcenter is going to be the center of concurrency of the perpendicular bisectors. This is a perpendicular bisector because we notice this both sides are equal, and it's a perpendicular side, perpendicular. So the side over here, that AB, that's going to be right over to here, and therefore it's got to be this answer right here of the perpendicular bisector side AB. Now, okay, we got Rebecca's got a backpack, and got a length of adjustable strap. All right, which is over here. The shoulder strap is going to be 12, and the backpack right here, so we got the 12. So we know that the sum of the two sides is got to be greater than the other. So we know that this side over here has got to be at least greater than 7.5. It's got to be greater than 7.5, and which one is not possible? Then it's got to be that one right there, 7 inches. Let's go to the next page. Oh, here we got Ruth Ann buying a home, and the plot of land is triangular, okay? And that they have a long property line along the street. That's what they're looking for. So if we look here, we know that the side opposite the largest angle is going to give us our longest side. And so therefore 103 would give us the longest side, and therefore the answer is going to be plot D. Now here we're looking at this polyhedron, and you notice it's got 8 faces, all right? And if you remember using the Euler formula of the face plus the vertexes minus the edges will equal 2, and therefore by working through this right here we'll be able to, and you can count up all the different edges and everything, that will end up having the addition of these two right here together of the edges plus the vertex is going to end up being 26, which would be the answer to that one. All right, and got a couple more here to go. Here we got a figure that shows the length of DC, which is 120, and the length of DB right here. Oh, they notice that this angle and this angle are the same, this side and this side is the same. Therefore, we've actually got 2 triangles, all right, and with a common side that they share. Which, so by side angle side, we know that these 2 triangles are equal, and if this, therefore, if DB is going to be 106D, then AC likewise has to be 160 because of the corresponding parts. I'm going to skip this one because this is about similarity, and we have not addressed that yet in our studies yet. Now we look at these shapes. This looks like a kite, a rectangle, kite, and it looks like a trapezoid. The shapes that are kite are the diagonals intersect at right angles. We know that that is a property of that, so that would be a good answer. See, 2 and 4 are trapezoids, at least 2. See, it's 1 pair is for a trapezoid, 2 pairs is for a parallelogram. So that one we would not answer. All the angles are parallelograms. Well, we know that these kites are not parallelograms, so that's wrong. And that 1, 2, 3, the same likewise. So these 2 right here would be impossible for happening. When comparing a square and a rectangle, one major difference: squares have all right angles, rectangles, no, that's not right. So we know that one's not good. Squares have 2 sets of equal sides. Well, remember they have actually all 4 sides equal, so C looks good. Rectangles have 2 pairs of opposite sides, which is good. So therefore, this has got to be a good answer. And the diagonals backside to each other, they're perpendicular. No. So this one right here, D, is wrong. So C has got to be our correct answer. Next, we says comparing a trapezoid and a kite. We know, well, they have all 4 sides because they know that the diagonals are not congruent or congruent. We know that's not true, at least, but no, because the kite does not have parallel sides, and then they 4 congruent. So that's not right. So all of those, the only one that would be right would be D. Okay, for the 4 sides. And we're, let's see, let's take page, next page. We're almost done. Here we go. The coordinates of 3 vertexes of a square ABC are these right here. So I took a point, -5, which was A, minus 3, 5, and we went over here to 7, and then we went over here to 3.33. All right, these are the points. So where's the other point going to be? So all I did from here was I went over 4, up 4 to this point. So if I went down 4 over, so that looked good. Same thing down over here. So using, again, I just went over 4, up, down, up 2. So the next point has got to be down 4, over 2. So that works out fine. So now I just go over 4, down 2, and this has got to be the only point that would work out. All right. And let's see, somehow I skipped that one. I'll have to come back to that one. Now look at number 19, at this figure right here. I went and counted everything out there. There were 11 sides, which means it's a hindered done, and then it means it has 11 sides. We know it is concave because it goes inside, so that's got to be the answer for number 19. Number 20, I think this is the next to the last one coming. Again, this has, yes, it is an octagon because it has 8 sides. It is concave. It is irregular because the sides are not the same. So the only thing that would make this correct would be that it would be concave. This one, we know, how many sides did I think this had? I think, yeah, this had 6 sides. So I used the sum right here for the polygon of n minus 2, so we had 6 sides, minus 2 was 180, so that means the total sum of the internal angles is going to be 120, and I take all of these parts, add them all together, and I get 30 is going to be equal to 450, so I take the 8s, and of course that's going to cancel this and this right here out, one of the 8s, and so you 8 plus this plus that, and then you subtract that, and you get this, you get 15, and then I plug 15 into this number over here, and I get 146. All right, so that's a quick look at about half of this thing.